Well, welcome back into the cottage garden here at Norfolk. We've got a little list of jobs that you may want to consider if you've got these plants growing in your cottage garden this weekend. So here's my recommended jobs for the weekend, middle of April 2021. If you grow Egyptian irises, after a couple of years the clumps tend to get extremely crowded and the centres tend to die out. It shows a little bit on this one. This has only been planted here for 2 or 3 years, but it's an ideal weekend to get these clumps lifted, divide these plants and refresh the compost where you're going to replant these if you are replanting in the same area. And from these clumps you will probably get 20 or 30 new smaller clumps that, if planted at this time of year, should grow away and flower this season. Snowdrops have now completely finished their flowering season. They're still setting some seed, as you can see in the foreground here, but there's still plenty of time to dig up established clumps of snowdrops, divide and spread them around the garden into new areas where you'd like more snowdrops next season. In the green, ideal time to do it. You can see where the gaps are and you've got good strong plants that will grow away, and the foliage should die down over the next 3 or 4 weeks. So it'll be completely under the ground for the rest of the season. If you've got areas of mint escaping into your borders or garden, now's an ideal time just to get a fork under some of these long runners of the mint that tend to escape round the back and out of the areas where you want it to grow. Don't throw these on the compost. Pot them up into pots of fresh compost and put them by the back of your kitchen door or utility room door, so you've got access to fresh mint when you need it. It will also grow away slightly quicker if you put it into a warmer area such as a greenhouse for a couple of days to get it established, but a great way to have potted mint. Here's one we potted up last week, ready now, shot away in the greenhouse. I'm going to take that round to the back door so I've got quick access to a lovely crop of mint for the next couple of weeks. If you've overwintered geraniums in a cold, unheated greenhouse, chances are they're looking a little bit like these, but now's the ideal time of year to start bringing these back to life with a liquid feed and more water. You see, we've kept these on the dry side so that they don't rot off over winter, but even some of these that look as if they're dead, just look at this little emerging buds coming back through, so be careful that you don't overcut these back. If you cut into any of the stems that have got green in, stop and just continue to water and feed these. You'll be amazed just how quickly some of them start emerging from what looks like almost dead plants. Sometimes you'll even get them shooting from the bases where the root is still alive but the tops have been completely frosted. So water and feed regularly, bring these back to life, remove any dead or dying material that looks as if it's going slightly mouldy to reduce the mould load on the surface of the plants. And your last job for the weekend, continue to deadhead your daffs where you don't want them to seed. This will encourage no strength going into seeds, and all the residual strength that these green tops will produce over the next 4 to 5 weeks while they're above the surface should go back into the bulbs to produce good, strong flowering plants for the following season. So I hope you get a bit of decent weather this weekend and enjoy your gardens.